Hey everybody, we are going to be making a little mini micro octopus today. It is a no-sew micro octopus. I'm currently using just some chenille yarn that I got from Dollar Tree. This is the brand that I'm using, Handmade Chenille. It's not the best yarn in the world, but it's soft and it's buttery and it feels good to work with. So we're going to see how long it takes for us to make one of these little mini micro octopi. The pattern is in chat and it will be in the description below. It is not my pattern. I am not claiming it to be my pattern at all. Help. Oh no. Oh, ah. Shoot. This happens with chenille yarn sometimes. All right, we got to start over. Sometimes it happens with chenille yarn where it gets caught and you can see how it breaks off like that. When you have a tight tension like I do. So I have to be really careful when I am doing my initial magic circle to not pull the yarn too tightly. I don't want to have too tight of a tension because then I can't pull the string through. There we go. Much better. 5, 6, 7, 8. So for most amigurumis, you will do increments of 6 because as an octopus, obviously octo means 8. Everything are in increments of 8 for this project. I do not recommend using chenille yarn if you are a beginner. I mean, even for somebody like myself who has had nearly 10 years of crocheting, it's still hard for me to see the stitches consistently using chenille yarn. It's just really challenging. It's an extra challenge. I mean, not saying a beginner can't do it. It's just going to be more frustrating for a beginner. So you can use either the bulky blanket yarn for this project. You can use regular acrylic yarn. You can use cotton yarn. Whatever you are most comfortable with. There is no right or wrong way to go about this project. Okay. Six. I'm losing my yarn. 12. 15. 18. 21. And 24. This is the size that you're going to use for the micro octopus. You're going to go with 24 stitches around, which is going to make this guy. It's about 2.5 inches fully completed from tentacle to tentacle, about 2.5 inches. I improvised and made it a little bit bigger on a previous attempt by increasing the number of stitches you have in your project before you just go in the round, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm just going to be going around for 4 rows. This guy makes for a really cute micro-sized octopus. If you want to make it and add a keychain topper on it, you can do that. A suggestion I got from someone in chat had mentioned maybe making a whole family of all different sizes and colors. So there's so much you can do with this little octopus. And because it is a no-sew, it's all built into one piece. You don't have to worry about weaving in the ends, the dreaded sewing the parts together and weaving in the ends. You don't have to worry about as much of that. Obviously, you still have to weave in the closing stitches, but that is for every project. That is not something that can ever be avoided. I am using a 3.5 millimeter hook to go with my medium weight, a number 4 weight chenille. But again, you can use any size hook, any size yarn. Just be careful. The larger the hook that you use, the larger the stitches will be, and you will be able to see the fiber fill stuffing coming out of the project. It won't be as tight of stitches. And if that's the look you're going for, then there you go. If you want a tighter look, you need to size down on your hook size. But the other difference with that is when you size down, your project will also turn out a little bit smaller. Just try and keep things consistent. If you want them all to be the same size, use the same brand yarn and the same hook size. All right, so this one, after you finish the 4 rows of repetition, then we do 1 more row of decreases before we start the tentacles. Are we there yet? We are there. All right. Row of decreases here before we start the tentacles. The tentacles are super simple. They're the simplest, most stubby little tentacles I've ever seen in a crochet project. Very easy. All I am using for this project are slip stitch and single crochets. Those are the only stitches you need to know to make these guys. You do need to have some safety eyes. It's all personal preference as to what size safety eyes you want to use. There's really no right or wrong way to do it. You can choose larger safety size to make them look a little bit more kawaii. You can choose the smaller ones. It is all up to you. So now we are doing our chains. I guess technically chain is another type of crochet terminology. You need to know. You need to know how to make a chain. So we chain and then do our slip stitches, which, because I'm a tight crocheter, are a little bit harder to see in this chenille yarn. And then you finish off in the last with a single crochet. You can make the tentacles chunkier if you want to, but I like keeping mine consistent, and since I didn't make them with the chunky version, I am staying consistent with 2 slip stitches and then 1 single crochet. If you wanted them to be a little bit chunkier, you can do 1 slip stitch and 2 single crochets. It's up to you, personal preference. I mean, heck, you could even do something super crazy and go 1 slip stitch, 1 single, 1 half. I don't know. Whatever you so choose. That's the beauty of being an artist. Trial and error. Let me know. If you try something different, let me know in chat. What are your edits that you do? Put it in the comments below. Okay. So we are doing this completely in real time. I'm not doing any edits to this video. We are starting and stopping. I'm showing you in real time how long it takes for me to make one of these guys. Now, it does not mean that it's gonna take you guys this amount of time. You may be a little bit slower, you may be a little bit faster. Also depends on the type of yarn you use, can also slow you down. Or speed you up. The beauty of watching a video is you can pause and then pick right up where you need to. Alright, so again, again, with an octopus, octo means 8. We have to have 8 tentacles. He's not going to be an amputee. We're not going to leave him with just 6 or 7. He's got to have all 8. Okay, there we go. And like I mentioned, because I am a little bit tighter of a crocheter, sometimes doing a slip stitch is a little bit slower for me. Slip stitches and chains seem to be, like, my foundation chain are always the part that is the slowest for me to do for my projects. You love the potion hook? Isn't it so cute? You can also purchase this from a crochet artist. I can grab her information and put that in. This is not a sponsored stream, so I don't want to be like, look what you guys can get. I genuinely purchased this because it's cute and it matches my dog. I have a sweet little Rottweiler who's not currently in the dog cam right now, but sometimes she is. Isn't it so cute though? I think that's all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Correct. Now,
who's that Pokemon?
We are going to go into the back loops. This is where it gets really tricky with chenille yarn, is I cannot for the life of me see where my stitches are. So I am just finding 2 stitches and we're going into it. It really does not matter as long as you are consistent. Because this is just going to be the bottom of the project. Because this is 4 stitches I currently have made. I'm going to pause here and add my safety eyes before it gets too small and I have no way of putting them in. Okay. You can really pick wherever you want to. The pattern says to put it on row 5. And to put it between 4 and 5 stitches apart. Whatever your preference is. Again, each of these can be made completely custom to how you and your aesthetic like things. Okay, there we go. So there's the eyes. Let's add some stuffing too. No, I'll wait. I'll wait to add the stuffing once I finish all of these back loops, because it is already hard enough to see the back loops. I don't want to have to fight the fiber fill as well, blocking off my field of vision. Five. Wait. Whoops. Well, somehow we have ended up with less than 8 stitches around. You know what? That's okay. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. It's all on the bottom of the project anyway. No one's really gonna see it. You're supposed to have 8 stitches around and then do another round of decreases to go down to 4 and then close off. Well, I, for some reason, am only at 6 stitches, so I think I skipped some of the back loops, because, like I mentioned, it's pretty tricky to find the back loops in this chenille yarn. but it's okay. It still looks super heckin' cute. It's not messing with the overall quality and the way it looks. So, no big deal. There. Now, let's finish this off. Oh, hello? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Be careful. Okay. Whew. Almost had a crisis. Because remember, when you're working with chenille yarn, you got to be extra careful when you're pulling on it. You don't want to pull too hard or it's going to rip the fibers. Okay, and since we only had 6 stitches and not 8 to get to the 4, you only had to do 2 more decreases and done. So this guy is done. We were able to make this guy in about 15 to 20 minutes, a little under 20 minutes. So I think I started at 19 minutes on the Stream Raiders battle. That's kind of where I'm using my context clues. There. All right. Super cute. I did not like them at first. When I first made this one, this hot pink one, I was like, no, it's too small. I don't like it. But now that I'm making more of them of this size, they are growing on me. These little micro octopi are growing on me. So there you go. Now you can make your very own micro octopus for whatever you need it to. Add a little keychain topper on here, or you can put it as something that attaches to a webcam or put it on your dashboard, somewhere like that. I hope you enjoyed getting to watch this micro octopus mini tutorial. See you guys next time.